Hey guys, Pixie here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you guys my November 2022 video game pickups. Before I was pulling all the games out to show you guys, I didn't think this was going to be too big of a video, but there's only 32 games here, but in terms of quality, November was actually one of the craziest months I've ever had in this series. Like there's holy grails here. There's games that are very expensive, very rare, games I've wanted for years, games I've actually been waiting on in trades for years, and yeah, it's actually really crazy. So I'm really excited to show you guys. It's just PlayStation, Nintendo stuff. We're gonna start with the Nintendo stuff and then move on to the PlayStation stuff. But nevertheless, there is some crazy Nintendo stuff in here, guys. So enjoy the video. Shout out to my friend Addy for this awesome Chelsea jersey. I love it. I just got it today. That's why I'm wearing it. So thanks, Addy. And go the Socceroos. If you're watching the World Cup, the Aussies are doing really good. So yeah, it's been awesome. And if your team's in the World Cup too, I hope they're doing well. So onto the 3DS. Here we have Mario Tennis Open. As you guys know, I'm collecting first-party titles for the Wii, the Wii U, the 3DS, the Switch, and DS. So it's really cool to get a Mario title for a good price on the DS. I think this was $9.95. It's complete. And of course, again, it's Mario Tennis Open. One that I did not expect to find in the wild. This was $29.99, which is a good price for it. That is Xenoblade Chronicles 3D. I believe this version is actually exclusive to the 3DS. It is a little bit different to the Wii and the Switch version. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I have heard that. And I have heard it's absolutely amazing. So really cool to add Xenoblade Chronicles 3D to the collection. It has got a black spine too, which is quite interesting. For the new Nintendo 3DS, or all the new Nintendo 3DS games like that, I'm not entirely sure. And my final 3DS pickup was actually quite a story. Here we have Animal Crossing. This is Happy Home Designer. Just moving in front of the speaker. So I was in an op shop the other day and I found the loose cart for $3. Of course, I grabbed it straight away, and then I went on eBay and found the cart the case as well as the manual for $10. So for $13, I've got a complete copy of Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer for the collection. I actually really love completing games like that. It's kind of like a little hobby thing I like to do. I know when I find a cart for a Pokemon game or pretty much anything with handhelds, you can really find complete items for. Same goes with like PS1 cases. If you find a case, it's pretty good chances you can find a disc on eBay. However, if you are after like a disc or a manual, it can get a lot harder. And then we move on to a similar story for the DS. I found Pokemon Diamond version for $4 at a garage sale. Unfortunately, it didn't have Diamond inside. It had Ultra Moon, which is on eBay right now for like $75. But I went ahead on eBay and bought the Pokemon Diamond card itself for $45. So for $49, I've got a complete copy of Pokemon Diamond, and we've got a copy of Pokemon Ultra Moon to sell. So this should actually go on to be 3 and should make a little bit of profit, which is really cool. As you guys know, I'm working on the Pokemon games. I'm sort of working backwards on them. I'm actually going to take a step up in 2023 and really put some effort into getting the older Pokemon games. So stay tuned for that, especially if you watch this series. But yeah, here we have Pokemon Diamond version for the DS. And then we have one more 3DS pickup. As you guys may have seen, my friend Niels, PS Commando, from Germany, came to Australia and visited me, which is really cool. And he actually brought some games that we've been doing a trade for a few years. So here's a game my friend Nicolo from Italy sent to Nels, who then brought it to Australia via Indonesia and all the other countries he came to. So it's been through like 6 countries. The sealed Pokemon Crystal. This is the Italian version. The seal's a little sticker like that. But I've now got the Crystal, the Gold, and the Silver. I'm really happy to have these in the collection. I do now need to get the Game Boy equivalents, but for now I'm happy to have these ones in the collection. It's only a download code, but being sealed, I'll be keeping it that way. And they do look awesome being in these boxes. Moving on to the Nintendo Switch. Game I missed when it first came out. I believe it got a reprint, but it's still very hard to find. But if you can, it's $68 at EB Games right now. And that is Klonoa, the Fantasy Revised series. This includes Klonoa 1 and Klonoa 2. It's a game I'd love to own on PS1, but it's just insane price. Unless I could get it for a good price, I'm not going to. So once I found out about this Switch collection, I had to jump on it, and I'm really happy to have it in the collection. I wanted the Australian version, so yeah, I do forget the guy's name that actually sent me the link. If you do watching this, I do apologize, but yeah, someone on Facebook sent me the link, and I went to my local store and grabbed a copy. Let me know that it dropped in price, so I was really stoked for that. And then we had a new Pokemon game come out, so of course I had to pre-order it, guys. I'm getting every Pokemon game when they come out from now on. You can't really go wrong with Pokemon. It doesn't seem to go well below retail. You might occasionally get a 10% off sale, but yeah, it's hard to go wrong with Pokemon, in my opinion. So of course, we got the double pack. Now this includes both Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It also comes with the Golden Steelbook, which is really cool. I've played probably like 5 hours of Violet. I've ran into a few glitches, so I am kind of holding off for some more patches. I do want to enjoy my experience, so I don't want to be wrecked with, you know, day one downfalls and stuff. It's a Pokemon game, so I've got confidence that they're going to eventually fix it. I'd be pretty surprised if they didn't. Nevertheless, I'm really happy to have it in the collection. So here we have the double pack. But of course, there were some steelbooks that got released as well. So I had to get those. So here we have the Violet and Scarlet steelbooks. Shout out to my friend Celeste for helping me get these as well. They're really cool. It's crazy that like so many different editions get released of the Pokemon games, but being a completionist, you need to get them all, so I'm happy to have these in the collection. They're sealed, there's no games inside them, it's just empty steelbooks. So that's all the PS2 Switch that's all the Switch games for November. I don't know why I said PS2 games. I was looking at the pile of PS2 games. But anyway, before we do PS2, let's dive into the PS1. I'm going to go in order from 1 to 5. Actually, let's mix it up. Let's go backwards. I got one PS5 game in November. It's one I've actually been after for a while. A lot of you guys have told me really good things about it, and I am going to play this one, and that's Returnal. So it is an exclusive. I've got like a big poster of it up, so it's kind of cliche until I really play it. But yeah, I'm happy to have this one in the collection. I got it for a good price, and I'm looking forward to digging into it. So we move on to the PS4 stuff. We are going backwards, guys. So I'll start with the steelbooks and the slipcovers because we're going backwards. So this was a gift from PS Commander. It's a really, really cute slipcover. It's for The Last Guardian. It looks awesome with the big cat. So thanks really much, PS Commander. I will leave a link to PS Commander's channel, guys. If you haven't checked out his PS4 collection, he's going for a full PS4 set. He's got over 3,000 PS4 games. 3,000. Like, just let that sink in. Absolutely unreal collector. You have to check out his collection, and the link will be in the description, so be sure to go and subscribe to his channel. But yeah, here we have The Last Guardian. And then we got a steelbook for Sonic Frontiers. Pretty happy to have this one in the collection. There was another Sonic steelbook as well, which I'm trying to find, but unfortunately at this stage I haven't been able to track one down. Moving on to PS4. Just a shovelware title. I think this was $2. So for that price, I'll pick up shovelware, and this is Starlink Battle for Atlas. It's not to be sold separately because it does come in like a big box. I did own that box, but I said I don't want it. I'll eventually just pick up a copy and throw it in the collection. A game I already had, but I had the slipcover. So I picked up a cheap copy of the standard edition, and this is Rise of the Tomb Raider, the 20-year celebration. I do love my Tomb Raider games, hence why I double dipped on this one. Another game I had, but I had the standard version for, which was Drive Club, and this is Drive Club VR. So I am happy to have this one. It does have a different color, and of course it's in VR, so I do eventually want to have at least most of the VR games, or all the Australian ones. Another game I've got, but that's on PS3. This is on PS4. It's one of my favourite series actually, and that is Sniper Elite. And here we have Sniper Elite 3. This is actually the first one I ever played, so I'm happy to have it on PS4. Funnily enough, I've never owned it on PS4. I bought this in 2014 back on Xbox One, and that's how I first played it. Sorry, I'm just fixing up the artwork, guys. Yeah, here we have Sniper Elite 3. If you haven't played this, definitely give it a go, guys. We picked up another Minecraft game. It was $9.95. I actually looked it up. It goes for like $40 online, which is crazy. But here we have Minecraft Dungeons, the Ultimate Edition. This is the 7th Australian Power Minecraft variant I've got, and I'm sure there's more. And I'm sure in other regions there's even more, so it's actually insane. Here we have World War Z Aftermath. I haven't got the first World War Z, but this one was cheap, so I picked it up. It actually looks kind of cool. I haven't given it a go or anything. Picked up another Australian exclusive, Rugby Challenge 3, the Wallabies edition. Here we have an exciting one, guys. This was from Nils as well. And here we have the Capcom Fighting Collection. This is actually really, really cool. I'll read all these titles off for you. So this includes Night Warriors, Vampire Hunter 2, Darkstalkers, Vampire Saver 2, Street Fighter 2, Red Earth, Puzzle Fighter 2, Cyberbots, and Super Gem Fighter. So 10 titles all on one disc. It's in English. This is the Chinese English version. So it's actually a really, really cool Capcom pack. So yeah, if you're a Capcom fan or a fighting fan, be sure to check this one out, guys. I believe there is a PAL version of this too, or maybe NTSC. Correct me if I'm wrong. Another pretty cool pickup. I got it for $9.95, which was a good price. This is Ark Survival Edition. Sorry, Ultimate Survivor Edition. And thankfully the DLC is actually on the disc. Which is great to know these days. A lot of the games have download codes. So yeah, for that price, I'm pretty happy with this one. Definitely underpriced. It's like a $70 game on eBay, so I'm happy to get it for under $10. Here we have Dungeons 3. I had the deluxe edition of this, but I didn't have the standard edition. I got it for a pretty good price. It comes with like a pretty thick manual as well, so yeah, it's nice to see games released with manuals these days, guys. I'm not complaining. So. Dungeons 3, another one for the collection. And then we got a couple of upgraded games. I had used copies of these games. I went to EB Games and I asked to see their sealed pre-owned titles. Be sure to do this in your local store. Some stores will keep sealed pre-owned games in the case. And thankfully I was able to pick up a couple for a good price. So here we have Injustice, Gods Among Us, the Ultimate Edition. I think both of these two games have actually gone on to sell on eBay for what I paid for the sealed copy, so it was basically free upgrades. It's nice to have sealed games. I love my sealed games, as you guys know. And one that I actually bought day one and played through it and absolutely loved, and that is Code Vein. If you're a Dark Souls fan, highly recommend this one. It's like anime-inspired Dark Souls, but it's actually a really fantastic game. It's got a good story, really good characters. I really enjoyed it. I even did a second playthrough, so that should say a lot. And yeah, we got a sealed copy, so that's pretty cool. Moving on to the PS3. And we picked up 4 PS3 games in November, guys. I do apologize for that clap. That was really loud. All the headphone users just told me to fuck off. So like most of you crazy PS3 collectors, I picked up the 2 new V Blank Entertainment games. Very, very excited that new PS3 games have been released in 2022. And I hope this is a trend that continues on into the future. Here we have Shakedown Hawaii. I didn't actually own this on any system. I know it's on the Vita, Switch, the Wii U, the 3DS, PS4, but I got a PS3 copy and I'm the PS3 guy, so how cool is that? It's got an awesome spine, like I love PS3 games, guys. It's got a manual, like, oh, it's just so cool. I kind of want to open it, but I love my seal games too, so I'll be leaving it like that. And then a game that I did actually own, I have a PS4 copy of this. However, now I may consider selling that, because now I've got a PS3 copy of Retro City Rampage DX. And how cool is that artwork? Again, big shout out to V Blank Entertainment for making this real. I'm super happy to have a physical copy of this, especially on the PS3. Then we got a couple more PS3 games. These are bigger packs, which I didn't have. I'm going through all the Lego box sets. At least one of each. I'm not going for the variants. I'm missing one now for a full set, which is Marvel Avengers. But I did pick up Marvel Superheroes. This is another one from PS Commander. So big shout out to PS Commander again. You've been such a help, man. It was awesome to have had you come to my house and meet you. And I hope to do the same thing in Germany in a couple of years. So that'd be pretty cool. So stay tuned for Big Z Goes to Germany. That'll be a YouTube series coming up, guys. And if you are in Germany, reach out to me because I may be heading over there in the next couple of years. In particular, 2024 for Euro 2024, sorry. But yeah, Lego Marvel Superheroes. These packs are awesome, guys. Just quickly swing the camera around. I'll show you guys how many I've got. Like 12 or so there. But yeah, I'm missing just one Power One, and then I'm missing 1 or 2 from Brazil, which I'm kind of unlikely to get, but you never know. Lewis is amazing and has found some crazy stuff. But yeah, the Brazilian ones seem to be pretty rare as well. And then we had a crazy PS3 package arrival from South Africa. You guys might have seen the video already. This is from my friend Jan. Most of the games I got were not for me, they were for other collectors, but this particular pack is for myself, and I'm really happy to have it in the collection. Never seen one before, don't know anyone that's got it. It's a really nice piece. As you guys know, I'm a big SingStar collector, so stoked to add the SingStar African Treffers box SingStar pack to the collection. How cool is this, guys? Yeah, I've seen them in Europe before, but I was not aware that there was a South African one, so it's pretty cool to have it in the collection. So yeah, big shout out to Jen for this one. Really appreciate it. Picked up a couple of PS2 games before we hit the PS1. As you guys know, I love my Sudoku. Trying to work off the Sudoku titles, and if you're a podcast listener, you'll know all about this next one. So got one of the holy grails, guys. Didn't know there was a Coach Sudoku game, but yeah, we got Sudoku Coach. If you watch the podcast, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't watch the podcast, I called this Sudoku one day. So now we got the real Sudoku. The next game was one I'm actually happy to have, and that is Myst Free Exile. I think it went Myst. Can't even remember what the next one was called. Oh, I own it too. No, Myst something else, and then we've got Myst Free. If you're not aware of Myst, it's sort of like an adventure game, like the old PC games. Yeah, like 90s click and tap type games like that. Pretty cool. I wish they'd still make titles like this, but they don't, unfortunately. But yeah, nevertheless, it's pretty cool to have it in the collection. So nevertheless, guys, what we've been waiting for, PS1 games. Really excited to show you guys these. So firstly, actually the first two are both from the Aussie Flipper. So shout out to the Aussie Flipper. If you're not following, I'll leave a link down below. Awesome YouTuber in Australia. He does lots of eBay content as well as video game stuff, so be sure to go check him out. We got some PS1 games. So here we have Snow Racer 98. Like, absolutely beautiful condition. Just look at this case. I do love snowboarding type games, so I'm pretty happy to have this one in the collection. And it's got really cool artwork too, guys. So big thanks to Matt for this one. And then we got a bit of a, not a big hitter, but definitely a hitter. One I'm happy to knock off the list, and that's Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. So it has an interesting artwork on this one. I'm really happy to have it in the collection. So again, big thanks to Matt for these ones. Again, I'll leave a link to his channel below, guys, so be sure to check that one out. And then finally, you guys might have seen my post the other day. I'm about to show you guys one of my holy grails for the PS1. I've got 4 holy grails for the PS1 that I don't own. Got Sudoku 1 and 2. We've got Choco Boko Racing, and then this game that I picked up this week that I couldn't believe this deal happened. And here it is, guys. Castlevania Sympathy of the Night. Oh my god. I got this off a friend of mine for a pretty good price. I won't disclose that or anything. But yeah, I'm really happy with the deal we made. It wasn't cheap or anything, but I'm happy with it. It's cheaper than, say, eBay prices. Yeah, here we have Castlevania Sympathy of the Night for PS1. It's complete, guys. It's in beautiful conditions. I'm so happy to have this in the collection. Yeah, I'm absolutely lost for words. One of my holy grails. There's 3 left. I honestly wasn't even sure if I'd ever get these games. Now I've got one of them. I'm kind of determined to finish my PS1 collection. On top of those 3 games, there's 6 other, say, $50 to $100 games I'm after, but that's definitely doable. Yeah, I can see an end to the PS1 collection at some point, but yeah, Castlevania Symphony of Night is now in Figsy's collection. I'm so happy. I put it straight in the wall the night I got home. It's never gonna leave the collection. Yeah, absolutely lost for words. I hope you guys enjoyed my November video game pickups. It was actually one of the craziest months I've had in a very long time. As you guys know, I work for myself now, so I can only buy stuff if sales are going really well. Thankfully, I've been working hard. Sales have been doing really well, so I was able to buy some pretty cool games for myself. Just love sharing them with you guys. Hope you're enjoying the World Cup. Hope you guys are enjoying the podcast. If you're not aware, you can check out the podcast over on Spotify as well as iTunes, which is pretty cool. Yeah, as always, guys, happy hunting. I've been Figsy. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.